Good morning, everybody. Cleaning day on the farm again. Today's projects are going to be continue clearing off down here in the bottom area. I did do some cleaning here. As you can see, some of the limbs are dead from where I came over. Fun fact, there's a ton of poison ivy in this area, and I am highly allergic to poison ivy and poison oak. So my arm, right arm, where I was reaching in and grabbing this stuff right here, broke out for about 3 weeks, and it's just now starting to clear up. So I do the smart thing. I put on long sleeves and I have some gloves. Hopefully Wesley and Jimmy are coming over here, and they aren't as allergic to it as I am, so I may let them deal with some of this, just for the simple fact is I don't want to get my arm destroyed again, or my hands, or anything really, because it sucks. But yeah, the goal is to clear off a lot more of this underbrush. There is a fence right there that goes to the pasture, obviously, so we just kind of want to clear this out, and then move up to where that old van and trailer is up there. Eventually that old van and trailer are going to be taken off because they're pretty much useless. This is at this point just not being used. Going to get taken away. One of the other projects which I'm about to start on is going to be painting this old gate which blocks the entrance. I have put one coat on this one over here, and I'm going to sand all of the mold and mildew off of this gate right here and paint it same color. It's kind of spotty, but really what we're trying to do is get some aesthetics, make it look good from the road. Instead of some old rusted out gate, we're going to go ahead and clean them up, make them look a little bit newer, and probably weed eat a little bit here at the entrance, knock down some of this grass. It's not nowhere near as high as it used to be, but it does need to be knocked down a little bit. So since I have today, I'm going to grab the weed eater and knock some of that down. But that is the goal, and we're going to go from there. We'll see how much we can get done. It really just depends on how hot it gets. The weather is supposed to be good today. You know, these trees are really big, so it's going to take quite a bit of time to get these taken down properly without knocking the fence over, without falling over in the pasture, etc., etc. One of the other big things that needs to be worked on is this flower garden right here. Now obviously it doesn't look like a flower garden right now. It looks like a massive mess, but for the longest time this actually used to be a maintained flower garden that my granny slash grandma, or my granny and grandma used to take care of. Two different people obviously, and then over time it just got taken over with all the trees and whatnot. So we're going to clean this out. Eventually I'm just going to plow all of this over. The whole goal is to have this entire area, that building taken down, the trailer removed. This van is going to be taken off. We're going to take this down. Looks like some honeysuckle bushes. All this is going to be cleared out. So what I'd like to have is just, other than this tree here and that large tree over there, there's a couple large walnut trees that we're going to keep. But other than those black walnut trees, this entire area needs to be cleaned up, flattened out, everything taken out. If there's any good plants, they're going to be transplanted to the hill above the house now. That way I can keep them in one general area, and we can come in here and when we mow the grass, literally mow it in 30 minutes instead of right now we have to go in between everything and it takes twice as much time. So that's where we're at, and that's where we're going to get started working on. Hope you enjoy the video. We're going to get some before and after videos, and hopefully we're going to have a really productive day. Let's get started. Alright guys, I didn't do a before video because my battery was getting pretty low from doing the gate. But I know y'all remember this hill from the last video I did. Basically just came through here with a weed eater, completely knocked this hill down. One of the things I don't think I've discussed before is down here in South Carolina, especially where we are, there are a ton of fire ants, and I mean everywhere. So I was over here weed eating above the garden, and every time you see a little pile of red like that, is basically a fire ant hill. So, and they're everywhere. I haven't yet come through here to do anything about them yet. So yeah, I started right here and was going to work my way all the way around the garden. As you can see, it's grown up really thick right there, but unfortunately I was running into a lot of these guys right there, which thankfully I didn't get them all over me when I blasted into them with a weed eater. But I wasn't going to take the chance to continue weed eating in these areas as of right now until I can get something out there to get rid of these fire ants. So we'll walk around here and I'll give you guys a little overview. This was the garden that was just plowed up a few weeks ago. I haven't plowed it again. It's been raining, plus obviously it'll be one of my uncles that has to do it because I don't own a tractor right now. So we'll probably plow it up one more time, then plant some corn. Since it's this late in the season and there's really not a lot else we can go ahead and plant right now. I am thinking about doing some above ground areas to plant some beans and whatnot, but that may be next year. This is around the old shed. I weed eated all of this right here. And this is one of the main areas that I just cleaned up behind the shed. This was grown up to about 4 feet, so it's definitely a lot lower now, so it's a good thing. It's old, super old. It's up on rocks. That's how things were done. Put it on cinder blocks and then put rocks around the bottom of it. I don't know, once this gets torn down, if I'll find something to do with the wood or not. It's in pretty bad shape, and I don't, you know, that paint is full of lead, I'm sure, so. But it will be deconstructed once we start doing some landscaping, because it's falling down on the inside. There's nothing of value in there. If somebody were to try to come rob me, they can take any of that crap in there because it's all trash. I just would prefer if they take off some trash with them as they come. So yeah, I did weed eat around here, as you can see, so definitely a lot more cleaned up, and you can actually see around these trees now, which is good. Probably going to end up clearing out this entire bush, and yeah, we're going to want to tear down all this stuff, get rid of this old trailer, this old storage house here. Fun fact, I actually did spend a little bit of my childhood living in that trailer. Wasn't the funnest times, but you know, at least I had a roof over my head. We're going to get this van moved, and then we're going to get rid of this flower bed right here. All right, here's the after video. Got some around the mailbox today, and this is the view of the gate now. Definitely looks a lot newer. Now if you get closer to the gate, you can obviously see that it's, I mean, it's one paint of white, or I'm sorry, one coat of white on top of rusted red, so it's obviously not going to look very professional. This is only the first coat though, but it's going to help cut down on the rust. On the bottom of some of those crossbars, there's already holes in it where the rust is eating through it, so that's going to definitely help, and it's very possible I'm going to come and put a secondary coat on that at some point in time. But I'm really big on aesthetics and visuals just as much as being useful, and you know, if I'm going to spend time doing something, I want it to not just be useful, but I want it to help improve appearance, because you know, it just helps with keeping everything in perspective, and you know, it just shows a little bit of improvement. Sometimes it's hard to see work and improvement when you do a lot of work, but it's, you know, it's hard to tell. But something so simple as just a fresh coat of paint on a gate, and there you go. Riding down the road, looks like 2 new fences. All right guys, work day number 2 completed. The amount of trees and limbs that have been removed from this area is ridiculous. And obviously you can tell by the before pictures how closed in it was and it really doesn't look like it's that much space. I mean, it's only from that tree over there to this tree right here, but the amount of limbs and just, I mean, the trees have gotten so large that it was a ton of brush. So it is completely opened up now all the way over to this large tree right here, which is going to be staying there. This is basically going to be cut along with the regular grass. That's not going to change right there. The biggest difference is this complete opening right here, and we're going to go up top and look off the porch and see what it looks like. So up here, this bush still needs to be trimmed a lot, not just a little, but a lot. It's a massive bush. But we're here at the porch, so this would be facing down off of the porch. As you can see through there, that was, and again, you couldn't see anything through that earlier. It was basically just a wall of limbs and trees. And now it's completely opened up. And looking down behind my car, just visualize that trailer gone, that van gone, that little flower bed garden gone. A lot of this stuff to the right behind my car cleaned up. It's just, hopefully this is going to be a completely open area down through here, which we'll be able to manage and take care of. But yeah, it's been a long day and a good day. Back over here at the garden, don't know if you can see, yeah, the cows are back down to the lower pasture. They were up top earlier this morning. Michael came and turned over the garden again, and he plowed it up this time. That way the dirt's a little bit smoother. We're down on the lower half this morning. We're going to hopefully get a tiller and get some rows lined up, and I'm going to get some sweet corn planted at the top. He's going to plant his field corn down here at the bottom. This is the other side of where the trailer is, so you can see that humongous flower bed is taking up a lot of room, so the thing's going to get taken out. And this is where I was showing everyone earlier, where we were cleaning off the bank. I did go ahead and trim those trees that were right there, so that what has been covered up for God knows how long is now cleared off, cleaned. You can see the old car shed and shop right there. So again, these things are sitting up on rocks, pretty steady to have sat there for as long as it has, but you know how it is with this old stuff. Eventually it's got to come down, or it's going to come down on its own, and it's going to be even more of a mess. And right now it's just in a complete state of disrepair. So that's where we're at. Quite a bit of work done today, several hours. And yeah, here's this garden, and up top, this is going to be where I plant my garden. And honestly, I don't know how much I'm going to plant this year because it's already late. It's too late to plant a lot of things. And honestly, right now I'm more concerned with taking care of the land, getting everything to where it needs to be as far as upkeeping. I mean, to me, taking care of the grass and keeping it clean and keeping everything straightened up is more important to me at this point than planting a garden. It would be nice, but it's not my priority. Really just keeping the dirt plowed up and the grass knocked down. So at any rate, yeah, pretty good day. Give you a view of a massive cow. We got Black Angus cow down there doing his own thing. Big boy, so good stuff.